going to try and make this the least sappy I can possibly make it. Hey everyone, welcome to Talk to Me Thursday, where I tell you about the things that are going on in my mind, and we are just about at the end of my week of Glee. So today I'm going to tell you a little bit more about why Glee will never just be a TV show for me. So the original pilot aired while I was living alone my sophomore year of college. I didn't have a roommate. I was kind of at the end of my relationship with my boyfriend. It was just this very weird time. I had just transferred to a new school that previous school year, so it was just, I felt kind of alone and it sucked. And I had been following Leah Michelle's career because I was a huge Spring Awakening fan, and same with Jenna Ushkowitz. And then I was a big Nip Tuck fan. I don't know why my mom let me watch Nip Tuck, but she did. So the first pilot aired after American Idol, I remember this, and I was like, this is freaking awesome. I was like, there's singing, there's theater, there's comedy, it's kind of dark. I really liked it. So when it started that next September, I remember I had to have a VCR in my apartment so that I could record it because I had a photo class that was at the same time as Glee. So I remember really liking the show. And it was just I really like this show, and my sorority sisters, not all of them were friends, were fans of it. My roommate wasn't a huge fan of it either, so I was whatever, I like it. And I had a friend who lived out here, actually in LA, who was a fan of it as well. So, cut to the next year, where I was a sophomore, junior. Okay, cut to my senior year of college. That was season 2, was my senior year of college. And I remember the first article that came out about Darren Criss joining. Now, I have been a huge fan of YouTube in general, and that was really the start of my YouTube love, as well as when I was in college. And I watched a Harry Potter musical, but I didn't make the connection between the two for a good couple of weeks. And then I remember watching it, and not all of my roommates were on board with it. Some of us were musical theater people and theater people. They weren't wholly on board with it. I was like, this is awesome. And I remember that's when I joined the fandom, really specifically on Tumblr. That's kind of where I was like, this is great. People really like this show as well. And I was getting ready to graduate, and I was like, I don't know what I want to do with my life. I felt very lost. And Glee was kind of the only thing that I had going for me. I mean, I met one of my orientation kids, who I'm still friends with, who's going to be at my apartment to watch the finale with me tomorrow because of Glee. We met because I played Don't Stop Believin', I think it was, over the loudspeaker during orientation. It was always just this little, hour escape. And then I started getting more into live music, and I went to a Charlene Kay show and a Dave Catherine show, and I went to a Charlene show, and I met Steph Walsh, and then I got involved with Darren's street team, and then I met Darren's manager Ricky and Michael, who's his publicist, and I kind of started developing more of myself because of all the stuff I was doing with social media in regards to Glee, and I was like, I really like doing this, and it kind of turned into this whole entire career identity for me, which I don't think a lot of people can say that a TV show about singing kids in high school could have given them a career. But honestly, when you break it down to it, that's the reason I've gone into social media and have found work, is because I understand fandom, essentially, which is really nice. So it's kind of just all tumbled out from there. My one thing that I knew was going to be constant pretty much from the time I moved, even till now, has been Glee. My life has been crazy, but the one constant I've had was, I know that I can watch a 42-minute episode about a bunch of kids in the middle of the country in New York who are singing through shit and having issues and not perfect and failing and succeeding, and it's kind of an escape. And I've met some of my best friends through the Tumblr universe. I've gained a career and a sense of self through a TV show. That's insane. So when I heard that season 6 was going to be its last season, it kind of took me for a hit. I was like, shit. Am I losing a part of myself? Am I losing a part of my identity? Because people know me as the girl who, the girl who makes t-shirts, and the girl who makes pins, and the girl who does all of this stuff that's like Glee related, and I was like, shit, am I losing a part of my identity because the show is ending? And I realized, no, because the show is always going to be a part of something that makes me special, if you catch my drift. And it's just, it hit me kind of hard. And usually you'd be like, Nicole, you're almost 26 years old and you're crying over a TV show ending. And I'm like, yeah, because I've made my best friends through that TV show. I've learned more about myself, and I've been able to pick myself from failure up because of this TV show. And it's just so much more than that. And I think so many of us have gained so much from watching it and being part of this community and seeing what's done for representation in the media and seeing what's done for music and seeing these characters that maybe we found a little bit of us in, and the music, it just gave me a sense of happiness. So it's never going to have just been a TV show for me. Glee will always have been a huge part of me growing up and me becoming an adult and me becoming the person that I'm learning to be and learning more about my identity. And it's just, it's insane that it's ending, and literally, like, by this time Saturday, I hate to say it, like, Glee will be done. Like, Glee will be done. And it's sad, and it's hard to, like, swallow at point in time, but I think I'm gonna be okay, because I know that the stories might be over on TV, but there's still gonna be fandom. Like, there's still going to be fandom. There's still going to be people writing fun headcanons that they think happen in the future. There's still going to be other TV shows. There's still going to be other shows that these characters may not be on, but their actors are. And I've grown really attached to a lot of these actors. So, yeah, I'm trying really hard not to cry, because it sucks that this is a huge part of my life. This is pretty much a quarter of my life has been with this TV show, which is weird to say as a almost 26-year-old woman, that a quarter of your life has been with a TV show. But it's true. Like, the most recent quarter of my life has been a huge, like, revolving ball around things that have happened because of Glee. So that's what Glee means to me, and I'm wondering what Glee means to you. Let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, maybe I'm not crying because I know I'm gonna be sobbing Friday night with, like, I think there's like 10 people going to be in my apartment, just living through it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Links to my social media in the description bar below, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.